All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. Hopefully, you're after your turkey Thanksgiving food coma afternoon yesterday. This is Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. It is Friday, Black Friday, November 28th, 2025. This is episode 1013, 14-ish. If you're looking to stay current on the top cyber news stories of the day alongside professionals and aspiring professionals in the industry in a very supportive, inclusive, and empowering you to be the best you can be at cybersecurity community, well, then you've chosen the right place because you, my friend, are at Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We're off and running on this beautiful Friday. Stay tuned. We got a great show for you. All right. Hey, quick shout out and thank you to DJ BSEC running a rogue daily cyber threat brief episode yesterday. I did catch a bit of it. He did a great job as always. Top of the morning to you, DJ BSEC. Thank you for keeping the tradition going. Guys, I want you to know, holla to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful day. I certainly did yesterday with friends and family and loved ones and just overall good food and good conversations, all about good times. Came back to the house and just melted into my couch. It was a wonderful experience. If today is your first episode, let me tell you what's going to go on. We've got 8 cyber stories that are current and news, piping hot, fresh out the oven. And I'm going to go through them, each of you. Now, I didn't research or prep for any of these shows. I have no idea what they're going to be. I was actually running late, having a conversation with Mrs. Auger back in the house there. And I just, click, didn't even read the titles. You'll notice I don't have the Chiron above my head right now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We're running rough, rugged, and raw. Plus, guess what? It's live. That's what's up. Sometimes crap happens when it's live. Simple, to the point, but it's real. No AI slop up in this mother trucker. Phil Stafford, look at me. No lines, no residual, no deep fake Jerry going on. So, hey, first timers, we're going to go through it. I do want to say shout out to Margaret. I met a hashtag lurker, hashtag passive observer yesterday. So I don't even know if she's tuned in right now, but shout out to Margaret. We see you over there. If today is your first episode and you feel like being chatty, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. First timer in chat. We just want to know that you're here. We want to say hi to you. It's not creepy. It's not weird. We're not going to flag you and do some type of like freshman hazing thing. We literally just want to say hi and welcome you to the group. We want you to know that you belong here. Good morning, AA Witherspoon. Justin Gold in the house. Hopefully talking crypto over the Thanksgiving table yesterday, Jay Gold. Guys, if every episode is worth half a CPE of credit, so if you have cybersecurity certifications and you have to maintain them with CPEs or CEUs, I think they call it in Europe, fancy, then this is one way to get them. This is effectively an instructor-led webinar or expert-led webinar. My qualifications can stand up against scrutiny. So we are able to do this. It's a 1-hour show, but we say half an hour is content, half an hour's playing loosey-goosey and, having fun and roughing around with the football in the backyard for half an hour with DJ BSEC. Of course, he's like, DJ BSEC would be like, oh my God, Cooper, what's that guy's name? Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper's character in Wedding Crashers, Sack Lunch, that guy. Num. That's DJ BSEC and the Ghetto Boys down in Houston, dropping that. Oh my God! All right, guys, we got a great one for you. Every single day of the week has a special segment, and Fridays, you know it. Dad jokes of the week. It doesn't matter if it's Black Friday. James McQuiggan, whether he's at sea level or 35,000 feet, is bringing the rib ticklers, the chuckles. And he sent them to me yesterday. We are locked and loaded to entertain and delight you guys. Now, as always, I do want to say shout out and thank you to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you every single morning, starting with Flare Academy. Now, this is not just another cybersecurity webinar. They are bringing experts in the field to bear on monthly conversations that educate, entertain, and unveil interesting topics, especially around the dark web. If you are interested, you can go catch previous webinars. They have like an AD to Azure AD one that's pretty dope. But if you go to simplycyber.io/flare, so go put it in your URL browser, your browser of choice, simplycyber.io/flare, and you'll get the most current one coming up, December 11th. You know, guys, most of your shopping will be done. You know what I mean? You'll be on your like 7th holiday party. You're like, bro, please, no more. Catch this right before lunch, 11 to 12 Eastern. Maybe catch it with your Danish if you're on the left coast. But this is a panel. They've got 4 experts talking about the state of dark web. I love these type of talks because basically they consolidate an entire year's worth of information into a 1-hour webinar. And when you do that, you're forced to bubble up only the most salient points, the most relevant ones, which you can then take and, ingest and assimilate for your own thoughts and ideas as you go into 2026. Isn't it nice to be able to reveal some type of interesting insight in a job interview that you gleaned from a talk like this? Simplycyber.io/flare. Go check it out. Also want to say shout out to Anti-Siphon Training. Now, they are doing their Black Friday pricing right now. Hold on one second. I got to go. This is what it looks like when hosts aren't prepared. I forgot they were running the Black Friday deal. I got to go into my DMs. Zach Hill. There we go. So listen, Anti-Siphon Training, this is a little different from what they normally do. Usually it's, very transactional. They are offering Black Friday pricing for $1,500, which is a tall order, but you get 1 year full of their entire catalog and access to their cyber range. So if you're looking in 2026 to invest and have one spot to do it, they do have quite a collection of courses across, different types of skills within cybersecurity, IR, SOC, differ, offensive security, GRC, a little bit, not as much, but a little bit. Giddy up on that. Worth checking out. Go to antisyphontraining.com/Black Friday 2025. I'll drop a link in the description below. As always, we got Threat Locker. Let's hear from them really quickly, and then it's time to start the face melting. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. No idea when the ad is running. Like, I actually more often than not, while the ads are running or the videos are running, I'm racing around doing other things. I'm not just standing at my computer. This particular day, I just spilled this giant cup of coffee pretty much all over my situation. So there was a frantic, Benny Hill kind of with paper towels and whatnot. The show must go on, though. So do me a favor. As I stand in coffee, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of my hot coffee and these stories wash over us in an awesome wave. Let's go.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, November 28th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. Microsoft to block unauthorized scripts in Entra ID logins with 2026 CSP update. Microsoft plans to strengthen Entra ID security by blocking unauthorized script injection attacks starting in late 2026. The update, part of its Secure Future initiative, applies a stricter content security policy to browser-based sign-ins at login.microsoftonline.com, allowing scripts only from trusted Microsoft domains. This aims to prevent cross-site scripting attacks and stop any injected or unauthorized code from running during authentication. External ID sign-ins won't be affected. Microsoft urges organizations to test their sign-in flows early and avoid browser extensions or tools that inject scripts, recommending they switch to alternatives that do not modify the Entra sign-in experience.
All right. I mean, this does seem a bit complicated. So check it out. If you did you take that Flare training the other day? Then you would know that Entra ID is basically Azure Active Directory. It is how you do authentication for users and resources in the Azure cloud. A lot of businesses have become hybrid businesses. So they have on-prem, they have Azure Active, or they have on-prem and Azure, and they are syncing. They're syncing the ADs together essentially. So it's one kind of data center or backend infrastructure. It appears from a user perspective. They are hardening the authentication process by not allowing unauthorized script injection attacks. Now, a couple things that jump out here. Number one, just as a cyber professional and someone who loves cybersecurity, I would assume that this was a problem and that they took a look at and got fixed. While you can shift left and secure by design, this I don't want to call it myth, but this fantasy that developers and tech vendors are going to invest in more time before they go to market by introducing more security into their products is fanciful and whimsical at best. But oftentimes they'll do their best to get somewhat secure, and then they'll put it to market and then let market discover where the problems are. So I would assume that this is coming from some type of issue. Furthermore, in my macro level visions, I would assume that threat actors are going to try to discover a way to circumvent this and continue to do injection attacks on the authentication process. Now, for you, if you are running IT at an organization, running Azure or M365, and you have Entra ID as part of your authentication workflows and stuff like that, definitely get informed on these details around the content security policy and how it's going to be integrated with the login process. Now it says login.microsoftonline.com, but I'm assuming this is the same as login at your domain. Insert variable domain here. All right. The good news is this: we don't get this very often, but the good news is this should be not seamless. This should have no impact on end user experience. Here's the thing. Just the more you know, right? You guys, I love one of my value propositions. If you've been here a minute, you know this. If not, honestly, it's Friday, Black Friday after Thanksgiving. Well, 100 people in here right now. I'm assuming a lot of people either thought we didn't have a show or they're sleeping in, or they're just taking the day off saying F it, right? Listen, one of the value props I like to do is go beyond the headlines and give you insights from my career, my experience, or, DJ Bisek, Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, etc. Everyone in chat sharing their thoughts and stuff like that. Here's the deal. In cybersecurity, oftentimes when we introduce control, there's a usability or a convenience factor or a burden that gets introduced, right? Multi-factor authentication is a perfect example. It adds friction to an end user's login process, yet it is incredibly valuable and required as far as I'm concerned. It's not optional, but there's a burden, there's a cost. You have to train your users to get used to it. You have to fight with them to accept this new level of control. With something like this, we get the extra level of security without the cost of the end user experience suffering, right? It's a technical control that's blocking injected scripts. Now, we're probably going to have a couple end users who are power users. I'm looking at you. That are going to have some funky Chrome extension that does something stupid that they don't really need, with all due respect. And it's going to break that, because they did mention you have to stop some extensions that are trying to inject things non-maliciously into the workflows. Well, guess what? That isn't going to cut it around here, bud. But those are onesie twosies flare ups And if you do use some type of injectable extension internally as like an enterprise feature, like maybe it's something you cobbled together so your ServiceNow implementation would do something special for you. Well, then you got to have a real conversation with the business. And then honestly, guys, as a CISO, you're an advisor to the business. So maybe they're willing to accept the risk of a login injection attack because they don't want to give up the functionality that whatever this like fictitious extension I'm talking about does. So remember, we're not the office of no, we're the office of, here are 5 options with varying levels of risk that you're going to be accepting. What do you want to do? That's my job. My job is to advise, which is why I don't think I should own when there's a cyber attack resulting in a massive data breach. I don't think you should put me on the dolly and wheel me out in front of the cameras because I advised you. Just short of telling you I told you so.
New legislation that targets scammers that use AI to deceive. This new bipartisan bill is called the AI Fraud Deterrence Act. Introduced by Representatives Ted Lieu from California and Neil Dunn from Maryland, it would increase the criminal penalties for committing fraud and impersonation with the assistance of AI tools, such as convincing fake audio, video, or texts. The total potential fines incurred for mail fraud, wire fraud, bank fraud, and money laundering would all be increased to between $1 and $2 million, with new language specifying that using AI-assisted tools carries a maximum prison sentence of 20 to 30 years.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, scammers who use AI to impersonate government officials can be fined up to $1 million and spend 3 years in prison.
Oh my God. Okay, so, I mean, did these guys get hammered and then come up with this legislation? Were they getting after it Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, having a bonfire, got the old crew back together, everybody's come back to the hometown, and they're just wasted, and they're like, oh, we should put legislation. 30 years in prison if you commit a crime using AI? Are you kidding me? That is going to be ridiculous. Like, dude, I'll be the first person to get in line and slap a criminal with a rubber hose and be like, you go to jail. But, dude, like, come on. Like, I like deterring people from using AI for crime. Deepfakes are going to be something. We've already seen nation states use AI for orchestration and massive, like, red team campaigns at scale and very quickly. But, guys, if you are going to say that the law says if you commit crime using AI, you will get this elevated level of punishment, 30 years. Dude, I think murder like doesn't get 30 years. And guys, here's what I'm saying.
Shall we play a game?
Again, I don't want to endorse crime. I'm the most conformist, law-abiding citizen you're going to find. But like everything's going to have AI. To me, this law is like a police state's wet. I'm sorry. I am off the rails today. This is a police state's fantasy. Like, dude, everything's going to have AI. Like, literally, you can, obviously, if I do a deep fake of me and I'm like, oh, look, I'm James McQuiggan, send me money, right? Like, that's a clear, this is what the law is intended for. But if I write an email and Grammarly checks it, and then I send it, even though I wrote the email, you could say, oh, Grammarly uses AI, you used AI, we can draw the lines and attach it all. 30 years. Like, to me, like, this is insane. I don't know. Like, I suck at negotiating, right? Like, spoiler alert. So maybe this is like 30 years is like the opening salvo with the idea that it would be negotiated down to something less serious. But guys, these 4 people right here on the screen, they're all using AI. And again, they're not committing crime with it. But I don't know, dude. I will say this. I appreciate that the federal government is deciding to actually start doing something about AI and AI misuse and AI weaponization because they have been moving glacially. Dude, ChatGPT blew up in 2023. Have you seen any of that legislation yet? No, me either. So at least this is something. All right. All right, Ted Lieu. Let's go, buddy. I will be interested to see how this one goes. Like any of this, okay, so final thing. Like any of this legislation, you can get all hot and bothered, like I am right now. You can get all hot and bothered about this. The real tale of the tape for me, and again, it's because I'm old and I've seen this time and time again. The tale of the tape is, let's see who is the first person charged with this or where this law is applied to for punishment. That's where the rubber meets the road, right? I'll give you an example that's perfect, okay? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Australia had a massive string of cyber attacks. Like their telecommunications provider got hit, their main healthcare provider got hit, their main like internet service provider got hit. And if you're in chat in Australia, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, let me know. Keep me honest here. And Australia, in like the most knee-jerk reaction ever, passed a law, like almost overnight, passed a law saying that like any company that suffers a major breach of like some subjective criteria would face significant financial penalties. Okay. So Australia thought like, oh, if we pass a law saying that you can't have data breaches, then it'll stop the data breaches, which by the way is the most wool-headed, sheep-herding, obtuse direction of trying to thwart cybercrime. Anyways, they passed the law, and then like a month later or 2 months later, some huge Australian financial institution gets hit. Guess what happened? Nothing happened. That law was not used. So you can keep your window dressing. And again, I'm all about it, dude. Take the AI and using it for fraud and make it a harsher penalty, deter people, make it a big stick. But let me know when we start using it, and let me know when we start using it, okay? Get back to me when this becomes a law, first of all, and then second of all, when someone like a judge uses the law for some reason, then I will come back and talk to you. And yes, for those who are following along at home, since Zemef said sheep herding what? I'm in book 5 of like, I don't know, like 12 books. Wheel of Time series. I'm rereading the Wheel of Time. If you are a Robert Jordan / Brandon Sanderson fan, you know Wheel of Time. And without spoiling anything, calling someone a sheep herder is like very insulting to their intelligence.
ASUS firmware patches critical AI cloud vulnerability. ASUS has released firmware to address 9 security vulnerabilities, all of which have CVE numbers, with one, a critical authentication bypass, having a CVSS score of 9.2. These 9 numbers are available in the show notes to this episode. They affect routers with AI Cloud enabled, which is a remote access feature built into many ASUS routers to allow devices to function as personal cloud servers for remote media streaming and cloud storage. According to the company's advisory, the 9.2 vulnerability, quote, can be triggered by an unintended side effect of the Samba functionality, potentially leading to execution of specific functions without proper authorization, end quote.
All right. Quick note. I'm going to have to add, so I'm going to be updating the soundboard and the emote tray for squad members. One that I'm going to add, you know, the, actually, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Actually, you can look for this in 2026. Okay. Actually, and I'm going to have a sound effect of me saying actually, because I've noticed that I do this quite often. He said Samba. As far as I know, everywhere I've been, it's called Samba. So again, I just want you to be in. If you're in the data center and you turn to someone and you say, "Hey, like, did you look at the Samba shares?" They're gonna be like, "What? Samba?" Okay. Just like, I mean, whatever. So ASUS, or as I've become, I've enjoyed calling them ASUS, like, God, what's that video game that was popular for a minute where everybody gets to say who the imposter is? Among Us. right? ASUS has a new multiple vulnerabilities, TLDR. You gotta patch it. You gotta patch it. Okay, that's it. Another thing is authentication bypass for a router that has a basically kind of an internet facing service is bad, right? This is the kind of the one. Yeah, Mirai. I don't even remember how they pronounce Mirai incorrectly, but here's the deal. Internet facing devices, especially like networking devices, you don't want those to have authentication bypass or remote code execution. Like those are the worst. So this is one that you would like to get fixed. Now, this is probably going to be more likely in like Soho, small office, home office, your kid in college. Like basically this feature allows you to host your own media so you can access it anywhere. Think of like a Plex server, or like kind of a simple NAS device that you can access. Now, one thing I like, a complete editorial that if you'll allow me here, since there's only 138 of us to flip out about this, they called it AI Cloud. This is the laziest marketing thing I've ever seen. It doesn't sound like it has anything to do with AI except the name, right? It's a personal cloud that allows you access to your media so you can stream it wherever you are. What about that's AI other than the name AI? You know what I mean? It's like, guys, the marketing team said AI is hot. What can we do as far as putting AI in our products? And they're like, we can change the name, sir. It's like, do it. Let's do it. It's the quickest way to get to market. It's just call it AI. All right. TLDR, scan your external network. Scan your network. See if you got this thing there. There's probably some type of not fingerprint, but some type of scanner. I guess scanner fingerprint that you can find these devices with. So simple as that. If you want, make a little video, get one of these devices, and then exploit it. Make a little video. Obviously, don't disclose exactly how to do it. Be reasonable. AI sus. That's right. Pew pew.
OpenAI cuts off Mixpanel after analytics leak exposes API users. OpenAI announced that a data breach at its former analytics provider, Mixpanel, may have affected users of its API platform, though regular ChatGPT users are generally not impacted. Mixpanel discovered the breach on November the 9th and shared details with OpenAI on November 25th. Exposed data includes profile information such as names, email addresses, approximate locations, system details, and account IDs. OpenAI has since removed Mixpanel from its systems and has begun notifying affected users and launched broader security reviews of all vendors. The company reports no evidence of impact beyond Mixpanel's environment and emphasizes its commitment to transparency and strong security standards.
All right, so supply chain attack. OpenAI had this company, Mixpanel, that did analytics, and the API key got compromised, and they were able to pull. What were they able to pull? Profile information, including names, emails, location, operating system, whatever. So this information isn't juicy in the sense that they can't log in as you. It's not a compromised API key where they can, have you pay for their cycles, etc. Operating system, location, whatever. Like this information could be weaponized from a social engineering attack. Like, hey, name. So the email is sent to email address, and I say, hey, at name. We noticed, and then in location, maybe you can change the language that the email's in. If it says like it's from Barcelona, maybe you put it in Spanish, so it seems a little bit more real. And then you say, hey, you pretend to be from OpenAI, right? Because you know that they were using OpenAI, and you offer them some deal, and then they fall for it, and then you get a $500 Sephora gift card, whatever. Like, honestly, at a minimum for value for you, this is kind of a textbook example of how you would deal with a third-party breach, right? Just
Huge thanks to our sponsor, KnowBe4. Cybersecurity isn't just a tech problem, it's a human one. That's why KnowBe4's human risk management platform allows you to measure, quantify, and actually reduce human risk across your organization. With AI-powered risk scoring, automated coaching, and reporting, HRM Plus helps you surface your highest risk users and reduce the risk of data breaches and cyber attacks proactively. Ready to move from awareness to action? Request a demo of HRM Plus today at knowbe4.com. That is KNOWBE, the number 4.com.
all right. Let's go. Oh yeah! Don't you forget about me. What's up, everybody? We got some hardcore Simply Cyber community members in here, 155. Honestly, it's the lowest attendance I've seen in 3 years, but it's okay. I mean, it's a holiday, Black Friday. These are hardcore squad members, hardcore community members. All right. Guys, I want to say thank you very much to all of you for being here. Like I said, it fuels my engine, this community. Thank you to the stream sponsors, Threat Locker, Flare Academy, Anti-Siphon, and Barricade Cyber Solutions. Now, Barricade Cyber Solutions is running the Fortify webinar series, Fortify 365, and you may have missed it because they had one on Wednesday. So if you missed it, don't worry. They're doing it every 2 weeks, and the next one is December 3rd, which is next week. All right, they're not doing... I think the last week's one got pushed, so they're back on the regular schedule. So you get a double shot. So just 6 days away. You don't have to wait 14 days for the next one. Come on down. Wednesday, December 3rd. You know your holiday shopping's going to be done. You got Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You're all in. James McQuiggan's handing out gifts early this year. 10 of you getting an early holiday gift from one James McQuiggan.
Just become best friends. Yep.
Thank you, James McQuiggan. So for all of you like Roger America and Justin Williams, Ike Love, King Brown, love it, love it, love it. Be sure to thank James. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com today because on December 3rd, you're going to be able to learn Microsoft Defender for Endpoints. Now, I'll tell you something right now, guys. I actually run Microsoft 365, and I've migrated to Google Workspace, but I keep Microsoft 365 because I pay for Defender for Endpoint for all my assets. And it's so, like, to me, it's like the cost of the EDR solution. But I love it. So I'm interested in taking this so I can learn how to configure device groups, vulnerability alerts, global exclusion, get my my iPhone devices on, which I've already done, maybe to make sure I've done it correctly. Incident notifications and auto remediation, that's what I'm talking about. I'm a small business, guys. I don't have time to be doing IR and remediation all the time. If I can automate it, let's go. Let's go. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com today and check it out. Every single day of the week has a special segment. And James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet does the jokes of the week on. Here we go. James says, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Here are some Turkey Day jokes for you. How do turkeys travel on Thanksgiving? How do turkeys travel on Thanksgiving? This is a shout out to Carrie in chat via the gravy train. All right. What type of key doesn't actually help you open any doors? What key doesn't open any doors? Obviously, a turkey. Turkey. All right. And then finally, why was Thanksgiving dinner so expensive? This one, you guys might not realize it. Like, hold on. As someone who, prepares and executes the Thanksgiving dinner, many people may not realize how expensive it is to set up a turkey dinner. I mean, for crying out loud, it has 24 carrots. Oh, my God. Let it go, Lala. All right, stay tuned because we got the panel coming up at the top of the hour. Let's finish the news, yeah?
Cyber issue hits 3 London councils with shared IT services. The impacted locations are the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, Westminster City Council, and the Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham, which house some of London's wealthiest districts. Some of the services used by these councils share the same IT system, which has now been taken down as a precaution. Representatives say it is too early to attribute the incident to any threat actor or to confirm whether any data has been compromised.
Okay.
Dartmouth.
So, this is, what are we doing here? So this story is like, there's an issue in London. No details at this time. Okay. I will tell you, again, there's a reason that you have to stay current on cyber events. Now, I don't think that this is related, but I want to call your attention to something. They mentioned these are the three wealthy neighborhoods in London. At the same time, it's not making major news, but I was on a phone call with a guy last week, or earlier this week, earlier this week, and there's actually kind of a protest thing going on in London right now that if you didn't know, I'm sure Roswell UK knows. But look at this. In London, a couple days ago, there's like this massive protest where essentially farmers are all pissed off about, things farmers are pissed off about. And they basically took over the city with their tractors. So you can't take a cab or an Uber anywhere because there's tractors everywhere. I mean, great on you, right? But there's a protest. There's outraged citizens, okay? So if at the same time that this is happening, there is a cyber attack on 3 of the wealthiest neighborhoods in London, to me, I'm not saying that it's connected, but you have to give consideration to the threat model and think, okay, like, is this a hacktivist attack? What are the TTPs, etc. So what do you mean? So I guess DJ Bisek is telling me this protest has been going on for 5 years. I don't know. It's news to me. But anyways. Yeah. So anyways, I mean, there's nothing, like, I'm trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents because this story has got nothing to it. This is like a wish sandwich when you're poor. 2 pieces of bread and wish there was something in the middle. I've had a couple of those in my life. So I'm trying to make something out of this, okay? TLDR, make sure when you're doing threat modeling that you give consideration to current trends, right? Things move.
College suffers breach through Oracle EBS campaign. The Ivy League school located in New Hampshire has suffered a breach that has impacted 35,000 people across multiple states as a result of a campaign involving Oracle E-Business Suite, EBS. Dartmouth officials determined that, quote, an unauthorized actor took certain files between August 9th and August 12th of this year, with the leaked data consisting of names, social security numbers, and financial account data. Exchange Online outage blocks access to...
All right, what are we doing here? Like mailing in the second half of the story? So, Dartmouth College, Ivy League, I guess I should do this since we have the time. Hold on one second. Since we're having like a chill Friday session here, how do I make this computer make this appear on the big screen? There it is. There we go. There we go. So Dartmouth College, yes, of course. Dartmouth College hit with cyber attack. So very likely to be Clop ransomware because it was the Oracle e-business suite or EBS enterprise application that has a gross vulnerability that we've been talking about for weeks. Harvard got hit with the same thing. Again, no surprise. Harvard and Dartmouth College, like, I'm not saying you could throw a rock and hit Dartmouth from Harvard, but they're pretty close, right? And they probably share, like they probably meet up and talk about what they're doing or tech stacks and stuff. So it's not outrageous that they are using this Oracle EBS. What's gross is, and I'm going to look right now, if this vulnerability was exploited recently, it's a problem. No. So August 9th to August 12th. Okay. So this is just, I mean, I guess it just shows you, man. It's like a 3-month, it's a 3-month like life cycle between getting punched in the face and it coming out publicly in some instances with these Oracle EBSs. Can't be mad at Dartmouth. The patches and the reporting of this problem came out in September, a month afterwards. So I worked in higher education. I can't speak to Ivy League schools because you know your boy Jerry went to UMass Amherst like a heathen, like an absolute plebeian, right? So I went to the state school, and you know, catch me at a bar, and I'll tell you about some stories from my undergrad years. Definitely not Ivy League. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So maybe they have different situations, but when I have worked in higher ed, it's a lot of like, oh, we want to share all the information and let's collaborate and like don't put a thumb on me. Like I need to be able to spread my wings and research, right? So unfortunately, there's a lot of access. There's a lot of shared data. There's a lot of data stores. There's a lot of faculty and professors who think that their research data is theirs and they can do whatever they want with it, like J.G. Wentworth. And a lot of them are tenured, which means you can't fire them, and they're like stuck in their ways on how things used to be and how they're going to be today. So, anyways, Klopp definitely did it. Klopp, I don't know, man. I'll tell you what. Final thing, and then I'll continue on because this is ridiculous what I'm about to say. If I was drafting, like say we're doing fantasy football, except it's fantasy ransomware threat actor, and I got the first pick in the draft, I'm taking Klopp ransomware, like solid, dependable, methodical. You know, a lot of you like Dream Logic, Phil Stafford. I see you guys jumping on the scattered spider train. You know, Justin Gold's all up in that lapsus, but I'm telling you guys, Klopp ransomware. You know, you got to stick with consistent, you know, nice and balanced. Okay. Let's not draft cyber threat actors, by the way.
Outlook mailboxes. If you have had trouble accessing your Outlook mail recently, you're not alone. Microsoft is looking into an Exchange online service outage that is preventing customers from accessing their mailboxes using the classic Outlook desktop client. This outage started on Tuesday, and according to user reports on Down Detector, it also caused server connection and login issues. The outage affected users in the Asia-Pacific and North America regions who were attempting to connect to their Exchange online mailbox using the classic Outlook experience. Microsoft has not yet said how many users have been affected.
I'm so old. When he says the classic Outlook user experience, my first thought was like an Outlook app, and you youngs aren't going to know this, but an Outlook application where they, back in the day, they opened up the API for these apps so you could write custom modules, right? You know, like how you can push to send to phishing, like that's like a custom. But people got out of control, and you would have like, you'd open the app and it would just, you wouldn't even be able to see like your inbox or the blank Word document, because you would just have like 15 bars of functionality pushed down. Do you guys remember that? It's just, when he says the classic Outlook experience, my first thought was like it being unusable because you can't see the friggin' inbox. Let's see. Well, of course, Down Detector is a great resource everybody should know about, where it basically is. Down Detector is kind of like the ping of online websites and services. So you can see here, they're still having some complaining going on. So they have 4 reports just in the last hour here, with server connection being the main problem. So let's see, is there like a live map of where the outages are occurring? New York City. Can I Well, I guess I can't see a big one. So whatever. If you're in New York today, speaking of New York, dude, did anybody watch the Macy's Day Parade? It was like 14 hours long. I like fell asleep and woke up and it was still going. I'm like, what are we doing here? All right. So I don't have any more information. To me, it's not, there's no indicator as if it was a cyber attack or not. I feel like if Microsoft was under legit cyber attack, it would have been like breaking news. Let's see. You didn't really have any, here's the problem. You didn't really have any true availability issues because you could still access your inbox through a web browser. So I mean, here's how you know it's not a cyber attack. When the workaround is just to access it with a different app, that means there's a problem with like the API calls or some type of like underlying infrastructure or code with the app itself. The service is still up, so you're fine here.
Security keys may prompt for PIN after recent updates. Also on Tuesday, Microsoft warned users that FIDO2 security keys, quote, may prompt.
Marcus Kyler, I'm 100% with you. As far as like Macy's Day Parade, to me, it's like a screensaver. It's, normally I run the fireplace at the holidays. Occasionally the screensaver with the Christmas tree and like the Christmas music going. But Macy's Day Parade, it's like, it's just kind of like it's on TV.
Them to enter a PIN when signing in after installing Windows updates released since the September 2025 preview update, end quote. This is an intentional change, Microsoft says, to comply with WebAuthn specifications, which, quote, dictate how authentication methods such as PINs, biometrics, and hardware security keys should handle user verification requests, end quote. They added, quote, after installing the Windows update of September 29th, you might be required to create a PIN to sign in with a security key, even if a PIN was not required or set during your initial registration, end quote. Do you use the CISO?
Hold on, I didn't get this. So when you update, by the way, just between me and you, I've been holding off on 24H2. Like I'm like, or not 24, 25. Oh, yeah, no, I guess 25H2. I thought it was 24H2, but that wouldn't make any sense. I've been doing the patches and stuff, but like that 25H2 has just been sitting there. I'm like terrified. I was going to wait until the 19th, honestly. That way, if it dorked up my system, I could, there's no test dev. When you're a small business, you don't get to do vulnerability management the correct way. You just, you just push it to prod. In fact, I have the vulnerability risk. I have the risk policy around here somewhere. It just says hope, size 40 font. All right. So here's the deal. If you've already done this, you may be aware getting some calls to the help desk of users being asked to enter a PIN when they hadn't set one up in the first place. My first thoughts right away is understanding what this means from both an end user perspective, but also for IT support, right? You send an engineer to someone's desk to help them fix it, or you log in remotely to help them fix it. And it's asking for pins and people haven't set pins. So I don't know how you reset a pin, right? Maybe if you have admin, you're in the administrators group, you can bypass that perhaps, or use your own creds to get in. I'm just reviewing this because it's kind of a very specific situation. What? Microsoft has a setting. Discouraged is the setting name. What? Hold on, I never seen something like that. Hold on. Okay, so like we're deep into the into the tech manual here. If Authenticator becomes available on this client device, you can set it to required, preferred, or discouraged. What the hell is discouraged? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. That's so funny. All right. I'm all in on multi-factor authentication. And I think the pins are good. The problem is, pins are essentially, if the pin is all you need, then, you are introducing a numerical only password, which is easy to crack. So you do have to have some other type of authentication mechanism in front of it too. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jerry. Guys, this was Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. Definitely a renegade episode. 166 of you diehards here today. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you got value. I hope you have a great Black Friday. Get your deals in. Reminder, I guess if you didn't know, I don't have a cool splash page for it. But Simply Cyber Academy is 30% off everything at the Academy through tomorrow with code BF30. So it's not a subscription service. It's a one-time pay it. So if you've been thinking about it or whatever, you could purchase the class at a 30% discount and then take it in 2026 when you're ready. We got Daniel Lowry's class in here. We got Tyler Ramsby, of course, the GRC Analyst Masterclass, Michelle Kahn's OSYNC course. So there's a lot of great content in here if you're interested. Anyways, we got a jaw-jacking panel lined up for you in a hot minute. I see some of the panelists in here already. So we'll be bringing the heat to you. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thank you so very much. Have a great weekend. And until next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. Today is Friday, November 28th. We are kicking it because it's Friday. We're doing panels here at Jawjacking. Allow me to introduce your panelists for today. And if anyone wants to join the panel, just let me know. You have to be on camera. You have to have a microphone and all these things. But, I can get you the links. Ladies and gentlemen, our first Secret Santa, Daniel Lowry. Welcome to the party.
What's up, Jerry? Good to see you this morning, brother.
Oh my God, are you all right? Did you go hard last night in the paint?
I don't know what happened, man, but I feel like a bear that just came out of 6 months of hibernation.
All right, well, Daniel Lowry, I love it. Good to see you. DJ DSEC, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Good to see you. Thanks for running the show yesterday. How was your experience?
Hey, I think we had about the same amount of people, about 100 people yesterday.
Oh, right on. Very cool.
Just got to run it and have some fun with it yesterday. So
I love it. Well,
in a while.
As always, y'all, very simple. Ask your questions in chat, and we, the panel, will do everything within our power to answer it to the best of our ability. Cyber questions, it is holiday time, so if you want to, ask fun questions like, is there a Black Friday deal you're excited about, or did you buy something or whatever, we can certainly get into that. But we're off and running. I'll open it up really quickly. Daniel, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good. Really good. We ate turkey, got stupid stuffed and walked around with bellies bloated out as you should. And had to undo the first notch in the old belt there. And we had a little pickleball tournament with the kids outside. It was a lot of fun, man.
Oh, nice, dude. Now, was there Monster Energy at the table?
No, I do Monster Energy one time a week, and it is Fridays at Cybercast IRL.
Oh, all right.
I do it.
I didn't realize it was that special. DJ BSEC, I did refer to you as Bradley Cooper in Wedding Crashers earlier today, sack lunch. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was restful. Restful. That's what I'll say. It was restful.
Okay, there we go.
Went over to the parents, hung out, had some food, watched some football. It was getting ready for today's big game, UT versus A&M.
Okay, UT A&M. What time's kickoff?
That's 6:30 tonight.
All right, so 7:30 in the correct time zone. Is that what we're saying?
No, 6:30 in the correct time zone. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Eastern time zone for those who are following along at home. All right, so let's look at chat. Here's Keith Sloan. Have any of you worked IT in retail? and experience outages because of crazy deals?
Ooh.
That's a good question. I have not worked in retail, but I've been I can't remember any of the details, but I feel like I've been the victim of trying to buy something like tickets for a concert and or like Secret Lair Magic the Gathering cards, and like you basically snipers and sniper bots take it all and then put it on the secondary market, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how, hey, it's going to go live and all the tickets are gone 2 seconds into it? Like, what the hell just happened?
That was the case with ShmooCon has they call it F5 Day, but there's a cyber conference. It's I think this year's their last year, or last year was their last year, where they only sell so many tickets and they go live, and you have to like buy them at that moment. And that one goes pretty quickly as well. I actually got to go to ShmooCon in 2011, but they basically threw me a bone. Like I contacted the conference organizers and I was like, if anyone cancels, can I have a ticket? And they're like,
I hadn't been in IT retail, but I'd say this sounds like a DOS attack, a denial of service. So many different people doing something at once.
Yeah. Denial of service attacks can happen not maliciously, right? They call it
the Reddit hug of death and that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
just overloading the systems.
Yeah.
Did you cook for Thanksgiving, or do you think that's women's job?
Wow.
I don't know. At user, I mean, I'll say, there's a pretty inclusive community, but I don't really have role designations for certain things. But we actually went to a friend's house, so I actually went to a really fancy bakery in town and bought a cheesecake that they made. So I didn't really cook anything. I did pour beer. So, I mean, I did produce a beer into a cup. That was,
I just want to create an animation of like the world's worst, like misogynist who's just like, I refuse to eat until some woman gets in that kitchen. It makes me some food. And he's just emaciated and dying.
yeah,
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, it seems to me like most guys actually cook the turkey or smoke the turkey or fry the turkey or do something like that.
Yeah, guys really enjoy cooking. Like it's fun and
it's like we were already talking about Christmas. Like, what are we gonna do Christmas? So we're gonna do a brisket, or we're gonna do prime rib.
What do you say that? Like as soon as I woke up this morning, the very first thought in my mind was a rib roast. I'm like, oh yeah, like Christmas is right around the corner. I'm gonna be able to do a rib roast, some rosemary, jam some garlic and butter in there. Let's go.
Right. There's a reason Traeger grills is like $1 billion industry.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Hey, women ain't out there buying them, that's for sure.
Escol07 says, is it off-putting or would I lose credibility during an interview if I let the interviewer know that I'm using Google Doc to guide me through the interview and take notes? So I was with you right up until, so I wouldn't say guide you through the interview. I mean, I personally always brought a notebook with me to interviews, because if they asked me like a scenario complicated question, I would actually like jot down like key things so I wouldn't have to ask them to repeat something or confirm something. Or if there was like multiple parts to the question, like, you have this situation, what would you do and why would you do it? And what would you tell them? So then I would say, okay, there's actually 3 questions here. Let me make sure that I address all 3. To me, that's how I did it. I've been employed multiple times. So like, it's never been held against me. As far as guiding you through the interview, I'm not sure about how that would work, but I don't think it's a problem. I don't think you need to tell the interviewer that you're doing it at all anyways.
And if the interview has issues with that, they'll probably want you to be in person anyway.
Yeah. I think, go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah. So one of the main things that you're doing when you're in an interview is like you're being you. They need to see who you are.
Yeah.
Right. There's nothing wrong with having like some bullet points of things that you don't want to forget to talk about or bring up during the interview. I need to make sure I discuss this, talk about X, Y, or Z. Totally fine. But the way you worded the question makes it sound like you're going off some sort of script.
Yeah.
This is a no bueno, right? That's what you don't want to do. And you sure as heck don't want to tell them, I'm reading off a Google script right now. That's something you want to stay away from. Bullet points, totally cool, but be you, engage, have a normal conversation with someone, explain why you're passionate about the job. Don't just sit there and kind of like be like interrogated necessarily. You want to have a conversation, right? So back and forth, have questions ready, anything that can, a question that comes into your mind, write that down. And that way, like kind of to Jerry's point, you don't forget to bring that up and go, hey, you said something about this. Man, I cannot wait to get my hands on that technology. I can't wait to be able to help in that area. I'm really passionate about that certain X, Y, or Z thing. This is a conversation because they're interviewing you not just for your skills, but for you as well. Do you fit here? Are you going to be cool? Like we don't really talk about that kind of thing a lot, but that's the truth. I don't give a dang what you say. People do not want to hire someone that's going to be a problem personally, right? To where you just personality clash with a bunch of people. And you don't want to do that because then you got a quick turnover. And it's weird on your resume. It's like, oh, so what was the purpose of this quick turnover here? Well, and it didn't work out. How come? And now you got to explain that, right? That's not something you want to get into. Well, I don't know legally if they can ask you too much about why you were let go or.
I think Daniel makes the biggest point Daniel makes there is it's a conversation. You got to make sure that's don't just sit there and wait for them to ask the questions. Converse back and forth.
Yeah, it took me a while to get my head around this one, and I think it's because I got older and age dynamics and stuff. But for me, it's easier said than done. But when you enter the interview, psychologically, don't think of it as like a superior and a subordinate power structure, right? Yes, they have the job that you want, but like see them as equals. I almost, the way I do it now, again, it's easier said than done is, don't be an arrogant prick or anything, but like walk in there like you own a consulting business and you're talking about whether or not you want to consult for them. Now the consulting will be full-time 40 hours a week with benefits and stuff like that. But if you enter it kind of with that mindset of like, okay, hey, like how can I help you solve your problems versus like, can you give me a job? I think you might find yourself thinking through more of a conversation perspective instead of trying to answer the question and make them happy, right? Like that's you don't want that. Really quickly, Rhonda Rummerfield, because you mentioned Traeger and men cooking and everything. Rhonda says she's got RecTech and uses it all the time. I had to Google this because I hadn't heard of RecTech, but
that's my brother-in-law. I think has a RecTech.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So Rhonda Rummerfield out there. Is this a smoker or?
Yeah, it's a pellet smoker.
Nice. It looks good. I like solid wheels on it too.
I was speaking generally.
All right. Hey, no one's canceling Daniel.
That's right. Like everybody's let's nail you in. I can prove you're wrong.
I love Rhonda Rummerfield.
Much love for Rhonda.
Let's see. Keith Sloan says, I'm working on a presentation for work. I know Jerry has a picture of the audience picture, but what do you guys use to help you remain natural on camera? Oh, yeah. I don't even use that picture anymore, but so he's given a remote or a virtual.
Who says we're natural right now?
Yeah, right. This is a complete facade. In real life, I'm more like a robot.
Yeah. Well, Tyler Ramsby claims to be introverted, right? And he's presenting all the time. So do you guys have any way to stay calm or cool or natural when you're presenting on camera? By the way, talking to a camera takes a lot of getting used to. By the way, it's not normal. Go ahead.
For me, in all reality, it's a lot easier because there's nobody looking back at you.
There you go.
So they're not giving you faces. You're not like, oh, I need to, see everybody in their underwear type of thing. You're just talking. Like, that's it.
Yeah. What about you, Daniel? How do you stay calm?
For me, honestly, like getting used to talking to the camera was difficult because I wasn't gauging how loud I was speaking. Right? Because there was no one to gauge it against. It didn't seem like they were like, hey, you're screaming at me, or like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. So it was difficult to get the projection in my voice off the get when I first started doing this kind of thing. Other than that, yeah, you just talk like it's just a person. We used to put googly eyes back at IT Pro 2. We put googly eyes on the camera because we get contractors in there and they would not look at the camera at all. Right? It was like the camera is right there. You need to look at the camera. There's a person in the camera. You got to look at them. So we put eyes on the camera so they would feel more comfortable about looking at it.
I would say the other thing is dependent on what you're doing and how much you're doing it would be that you get a teleprompter that allows you to put like people up in front of you.
Yeah.
Because then you can look directly at it. So you're looking directly at this, like I have a teleprompter here, directly at it, and the camera's behind it. You don't see the camera, but you see whatever you have in front. Like, for instance, I could take Jerry and Daniel and put them right in front of here so it looks like I'm talking directly to them while I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and so the Elgato, just to get into actual product, the Elgato teleprompter is actually very good. I own two of them. I have one at my in-laws' house just so I don't have to truck gear up, and then I have one over here.
They
And
actually just came out with a new one too, a bigger one.
did they? All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
You
look
can
for the
build
Simply
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're not too difficult to build. You just need like a piece of glass
Yeah.
that's big enough and a monitor. You take a big monitor, you lay it down, you put the glass, and then some black muslin cloth. You put it around your camera, and you can stick it right in front of you, and it'll project. Everything will have to be reversed because it'll be a reverse image. So if you're trying to read something or anything like that, but they're really not that difficult to build out of some wooden glass.
Yeah, they're awesome. Like for the putting the person on the screen, but I will also tell you, I've done this before too. Okay, so I do a lot of presentations, and sometimes I don't have a lot of time to prep for it. So this is like a really specific use case, but feel me on this one. When you do PowerPoint presentation mode, you can do the one where you get to see your notes, and then there's the other screen is like the display that people see. You guys know what I'm talking about? So I have I have done it before where the projector is showing my notes and the presentation is being seen by everybody, and I've got like very detailed notes. So it looks like I'm just like crushing it. And in reality, like I didn't prep for this talk, but all of my notes are right there. And I'm like, oh, and another thing that you must give consideration to is, as said in the, bleeping computer report of April 2019. And then people are like, oh my God, like, how do you pull all these facts? I'm like, preparation, I suppose. And it was really preparing the PowerPoint. So but you never look away. You're never looking down at your notes. Your notes are hidden in plain sight. Also, since we have it right here within arm's reach, if you want, you can always get one of these, right? And you can put that right in front of the projector, and then you can look at Zach Hill every time. Also an option, permanent fixture in my office. All right, great questions. Is there any way? Here we go. Electro Charles or I don't know how El Terre Charles El Tercero?
You can do it.
Is there a valid way orgs can defend against quantum in regards to encryption? I was asked in a GRC interview, and when I couldn't provide any options, I wasn't moved on to the next round. Okay.
That's a crap question because that's not even feasible right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they wanted to see how you were thinking about it or if you did anything. I mean, I do find that that's like an asinine question.
That was a let's get this guy out of here question.
Yeah. So, I mean, let me answer the question as best I can. The answer is NIST has quantum resistant encryption algorithms that are approved right now that you can implement in your organization. You will run into challenges where the apps you're using cannot support those quantum resistant encryption algorithms. So good luck with that. And then thirdly, you can be like, what secrets are you guys running around here that you need quantum resistant encryption?
Bro. You have a quantum computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I see it?
Where is this at?
Yeah.
What do you play Battlefield 6 on that thing? Then you're getting high res. A-hole. So anyways, yeah, I think that's a jerk question. Okay. Chris K. Hall, has anybody used KEA DHCP and are there good tips for documenting it? So DHCP is dynamic host control protocol. It's like basically how you get IP addresses assigned on LANs. I don't know what the hell KEA is.
Is KEA like a key vault? What is KEA?
It looks like an organization or something. It's an open source implementation of the dynamic host configuration protocol developed and maintained by the Internet Systems Consortium, ISC, designed to be a successor to the older ISC DHCP server, which reached end of life in 2022.
What? I didn't even realize. I mean, DHCP is just kind of like baked into a router. Like I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's just a protocol. But KEA seems like it's a server. Yeah. It's just an open source server for DHCP.
It's their server. Oh, it's their DHCP server that they built.
Right.
I don't know much about it. I mean, I guess it's like IPv6. Like IPv4 is not really broke, so I'm going to keep using it. Like regular DHCP has been fine for me until it becomes an issue. And like,
well, it's like when you build a Windows server, you can have DHCP running on it. This is just their specific server running KEA that they probably have said, hey, this is no longer good. Let's update it. Because it says it's got a web graphical interface on it now. It's got a modern performance implementation.
Fancy.
Like,
yeah, I don't know, Chris K. how much about it.
It's just a DHCP server is all it is.
Yeah, that's it.
It says it supports using MySQL and Postgres.
Oh, that's good. So it's probably for like reservations and it's like setting all your fun stuff.
Oh, hey, really quickly, Sabe SM, first time joining live. Hey, buddy, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Love it. Thank you so very much for being here. Kathy Chambers, we all know Kathy Chambers. That would be awesome to call someone an a-hole in the interview. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, just make sure that you're saying it as you're standing up and walking out of the room because the interview's over.
Mumbling
That's
as
the
you're
end.
walking out.
Challenge to anyone to call their interviewer an a-hole and still get the job. Like,
If you do that, you're well on your way.
yeah, you're gonna be CEO of that company one day.
So we're doing jaw jacking. This is a AMA, Ask Me Anything, but it's Ask the Panel Anything. Daniel Lowry's in the middle, DJ B-Sex on the far end. I'm Jerry Auger. We've got some experience sitting in the seats here, and we're here to answer your questions as always. Any Black Friday deals you're excited about, Daniel?
Oh yeah, Black Friday deal on that complete pen test plus, baby. You know what's up over there. It's Simply Cyber Academy.
Okay, well, you know what? That's a great point. Let's go ahead and bring it up. If you didn't know, Daniel Lowry is the instructor at Simply Cyber Academy on the Pen Test Plus. If you wanted to study for Pen Test Plus, which I would say is going to help you get the certification, but more importantly, the Pen Test Plus seems to be organized as how you would actually do a cybersecurity pen test engagement, from reporting and documentation and all the cyber kill chain and stuff like that. 30% off with the code BF30 right now. I'll drop a link in chat. But other than that, any Black Friday things that you're really excited about?
No, I don't do the shopping, so
Okay.
I'm very reluctant to, like, I don't know. I don't spend money on myself. My wife always has to buy stuff.
Yeah, no, I got you. DJ
I think that's a dad thing.
Yeah.
DJ B-Sec, you getting any like Technics?
No.
Okay, so basically, this is what, for those who are not aware,
We're very lame.
This is what it looks like when you're like a 40-plus man. Like you're just like, well, no,
No, we were a 40-plus dad.
40-plus dad. Okay, yeah. We're not like, I don't know. Mrs. was like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, oh.
I literally had that exact same question because they were going out Black Friday shopping. What do you want? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Can I actually, you know what? Another conversation I had with somebody yesterday.
I told him I wanted more days off.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, so I don't know if anyone's going to vibe with this, but over Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, we were talking about like, like, what do you want for Christmas or something like that? And I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, kids don't get it. Like, I just want to do nothing. Like, I want to do nothing. I don't want to go, like, I just want to do nothing. I'm so busy all the time. Doing nothing is actually desirable. Like, I would like to do
just
nothing.
sit on the couch and do nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
I don't want a dad. I don't want a husband. I just want to
just leave me alone.
chill for like. You know what though? I know my wife wants that too. So I gotta find some time. I'm gonna give her like coupons or whatever for. You don't have to do it. Don't do anything coupons. I'll take the kids. You just sit here and watch.
Don't do anything.
I'll
I'll take them out to go eat and get stuff.
Yes, you watch The Bachelor or whatever it is you enjoy.
So question for you, Daniel, how would you gauge the difficulty of Pen Test Plus compared to Security Plus?
That's a relative question. That's subjective questions. I love them so much. It depends. Well, if you're learning the Security Plus because you're at that level, then it's going to be, it's going to be whatever for you. It's going to be depending on how much you've studied, how much. The exams are not that hard, I would say, as far as like, they used to be really bad. Like CompTIA used to really try to kick you in the midsection there. And with like reverse logic and stuff like that, they don't seem to be that bad anymore, at least not as bad. If you've studied on how to take their tests and you know the material, you should do fine on either one. So if you've done your due diligence, you feel confident in the material that you've studied, you haven't left any, just like, I'm pretty good on everything, but that encryption thing just kicks my dingus in the dirt. I'm just gonna skip that. Then you're going to have a bad time, right? Make sure that you have solid understanding of each one of the domains and the objectives in there, and then be prepared for, have some good test taking strategy. You're gonna do fine on either one of those things, because if you're going for Security Plus, I assume you're at the Security Plus level. If you're going for Pen Test Plus, I'm assuming that you're at the pen test plus level. It's a lot of assuming going on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you are at the pen test plus and you're going to go take your security plus, you're going to smoke that thing, right? Because that's assumed knowledge going into the pen test plus. So it's a difficult question to answer. There you go.
No, there you go. I like it. This is a good question from SCole07. DJ BSEC, what's the best way to showcase culture fit during interview?
I think Daniel said it right off the top of the bat. Was you have a conversation. That's going to show the culture fit. You're going to through the conversation, you're going to figure out the culture.
There you go.
I mean, that's pretty much so. You're talking about a 15-minute conversation or so. You're not going to know the ins and outs of what this team does, but the whole, like Daniel said, the whole thing with the conversation and with the interview isn't, can this guy do XYZ? You're already there because that's on your resume. They're trying to see, hey, if I actually talk to this person, are they going to give me fluff back? Are they going to give me, a decent answer? Can I actually sit there and talk with them? Or if I ask them a question, do I just get a one-word answer and they're over and done with? That's not somebody that I can sit there and talk with.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, and just think about any time in your life, like if you've sat next to someone on a plane or you were in a class with somebody or whatever, and you're like, this guy's annoying, or this lady's like, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, like that's like kind of,
don't be that person.
Yeah. So that's what's up. All
and
right.
you can say what you want about that, like, oh, that's not fair and that's not right. It doesn't matter. Whether fair or right, doesn't matter. Yeah. If the person that you are talking to feels that way, you make them feel like uncomfortable or bored or whatever, you're cooked. You're done. It's over. Forget it.
Even though Jerry said you can't look at it as a hierarchical, you do have to realize that you're coming in. You're either going to be their subordinate or you're going to be their equal coming in. So you got to be able to get along. That's really what it is. Can I get along with this person for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, 365 days a year?
Right. Because think about it this way too. Like say they have 3 candidates, right? And all of you can do the thing, right? Then what becomes the differentiator? It's like how do you interact? How do you like what's you don't have to be like hilarious or charming or best dressed or anything like that. It's just be yourself, right?
I would say as the interviewer, you're also looking across the table to see, can I trust this person? I'm trying to feel that person out, being like, if I ask them a question, can I tell they're trying to blow smoke up my what, or are they really giving me a true answer and then saying, hey, I have never dealt with that before? Because a lot of the times I tell a lot of people, when you go into the interview, you already know what you know, and if you don't know it, you need to let the people across the table know that you don't know it, because that may be they may be reaching for, hey, we need this level of person, but I'm going to ask this level of questions and see where they're at, because maybe I can get this level of person for the money. that type of thing.
Authenticity.
Yeah,
that's what they're looking for. Authenticity.
All right, I love it. We got the big weekend coming up, right? Lots of activities. We personally, any traditions in chat? Like there's a place around here called James Island, and they have a huge county park, and every year they basically light the thing up. It's like it's a spectacle to behold. So every year we load the kids up in the car, and you basically drive it once, pull over, get hot chocolate, drive it a second time, and then boogie out. It's a milestone kind of thing. We'll be doing that Monday or Tuesday this week before it gets wicked busy. The closer you get to Christmas, the more outrageous it gets. Anything? I know DJ BSEC, you go like Clark Griswold on your house with lights. What
what though? I'm too old this year, and I'm not doing that. I told my wife, once we get off of here, I'm gonna put stuff out in the yard. I'm not throwing lights from the backyard to the front yard and back and forth and then trying to flip switches this year. I used to do it. We had little kids in the neighborhood, and they've moved out, and just like I'm doing it for myself. Yeah, I'll just put stuff up in the yard.
Yeah, Mrs. Auger said this year, because she does a lot of the you trust me, given me or her, you'd want her to decorate. And she actually told me this year, she's like, don't even bring down like these, like I'm labor, right? So she's like, don't bring these boxes down from the attic, because we're doing it slightly lighter this year. So yep, that's happening. Daniel, any traditions in chat? Obviously, tell us your traditions in chat. We'd love to see them.
Yeah. We go get a tree today. Usually get a tree day after Thanksgiving. I already got some lights up because we kind of pre-gamed a little bit on the lights, because I'm like, you know what? Instead of doing this all in one day of hard labor,
Yeah.
how about I'll put something over here, and then tomorrow I'll do a little bit of that, and then the next day I'll do a little bit of that. So I've kind of like slow rolled out all my Christmas lights at this point.
I did that last year. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
I didn't spend 8 hours a day. I was like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there.
We do have the tree up with lights right now. The lights is my responsibility on the tree. Mom does the garland, because every time I do it, like, I'm glad that we finally figured this out. It took years of frustration, but like, I put it on and then it's not correct. So then I have to take it off and put it on again, and then it's not correct. And then my wife is like, I'll just do it. So
did you do it because you wanted her to do it? Did you do it like that?
No, I mean, I literally tried to do it correctly. Trust me. Like, I didn't want to do it a second time. So fortunately, we've gotten to the point now where we just pretend that I've done it twice incorrectly, and then Nadine takes care of it. And then the kids do the ornaments, and then we have to go behind and fix it, because it's like 30 ornaments within a 1 foot square space.
It's because it's where they reach.
Yeah.
It's like right here.
So we got a lot of people commenting on the culture fit. Some people said 2 beers and a puppy. Would you have 2 beers with this person and let them watch your puppy over the weekend? That's a good kind of rule of thumb. Let's see. Kathy's chiming in saying it's hard to believe some people don't like her, or some leaders don't like her. So she learns to be herself in an interview. Again, yeah, it's easier. You don't want to get down the road and find out. Space Tacos can ask specifically tailored questions related to vision, strat, and how they invest in their people. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. I actually saw, hold on. We have a question coming in, but I'll ask it afterwards. I know somebody who's interviewing right now, and I think they're going to get the job, which is phenomenal. I can't wait. They're a member of the community. I'm going to play the wrecking ball if and when it happens. But one of the things that to me was like, oh, this is a good organization. They said, we think we want to move forward with you. Let's talk compensation. What's your salary? And the person said, it has to be at least this number. Okay. Now, normally that would be like, the employer would say, okay, perfect. Like, that's the number, right? And this employer said, yeah, we're actually going to do that number plus about $15,000 more, because we want our people to be excited. We want our people to know we appreciate them. We want our people to stay here. And I mean, it's great that you want minimum that amount. You're going to get it, but you're also going to get more. And you don't really see that often. And if you look at all these reports of how much it costs to replace somebody and train them up and get them, it's expensive. It's really expensive to replace somebody. So just treat them right first. And to me, not every job is going to give you extra money that you didn't ask for. But to me, that's like a pretty solid, easy way to make your staff happy. Do you guys have any thoughts on TryHackMe's SAL1 cert? I will refrain from answering that question only because I have a produced video with Let's Defend running right now. So
I haven't looked into this one. So, I mean, this is security analyst level 1 cert from TryHackMe. I mean, you can get it, but I don't know if it holds any water in the industry.
Yeah, I guess what I would tell you, SAEBSM is the same thing for any cert relevant. Like, look at job postings and see, are they asking for this certification? That's the first step. The second one is, does the cert give you practical experience and practical hands-on? Like, if it's security analyst level 1, I'm assuming it's SOC analyst. Are you actually touching SIMs? Are you actually touching EDR product? Are you doing log analysis, right?
So it looks like they're trying to make it equivalent with CYSA Plus and BTL1.
Okay. There you go.
Funny, like, what was it? Maybe even as early as 7 years ago, this was a much easier question to answer, because it would have been CISA Plus or something to that effect. And we'd be like, oh yeah, we knew all the certs pretty well. We'd probably all have been around the horn. And now it's like we have such a glut of certifications. It's hard to stay on top of all of them.
And looking at this and what they're trying to say, hey, this is what it is equivalent to. Like
Right.
the 3 that are on there, then I would say go get CYSA Plus because
Right. That's
everybody
the
knows
standard.
that one.
Right.
I love it. All right, so we got questions coming in. Let me do this really quickly. All right, so it's 9:26. I do have the availability to go to 10 and Daniel Lowry IRL if people want to do that. And let's keep going. So the questions are coming in slowly. We've got 128 people here, which is about half of what we normally run on the AMAs.
I think it's pretty good on a Black Friday on a holiday.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Everybody's out shopping, holding their phones, walking through Target.
I know. Christmas vacation. So hey, here, question in chat, and don't say Die Hard, like, or unless you want to. Like,
Die Hard.
What Christmas movie are you looking forward to watching? I always like Die Hard for sure. Me and Mrs. watch Die Hard together, but I love Christmas Vacation. I do love Cousin Eddie and the beginning where Clark's shopping at the Macy's or whatever. You know, look rusty.
Dude, so
Look
I
rusty.
worked at a place one year, right, where I got a really nice Christmas bonus every year, and then all of a sudden it got acquired, and then that year for Christmas I got a T-shirt, and I was
Oh.
like, they literally Clark Griswolded us, like this is my Jams and Jellies subscription. It's like,
Actually,
what the
that
hell?
is a fun question. What's the best or worst holiday bonus you ever got at work? I've actually never gotten one ever, bad or good. I've never gotten a holiday bonus in my entire career. DJ Bisek?
No. All bonuses and all that stuff usually roll into the first quarter after the year's over.
Never gotten a holiday. Never gotten a Jelly of the Month club. Never got a T-shirt. I think I would almost be like irritated by that. Frankly, even if I hadn't gotten bonuses before, Daniel.
Yeah, that's kind of a slap in the face. And it was a company T-shirt, and it was
Yeah. And it wasn't even in your size.
wasn't even good. Like at least it
Everybody
could have
got
been
an
cool.
XL. Yeah.
Here's your
Everybody
swag
got
bag.
an XL. Yeah.
All
Here's
right.
a keychain.
Drop them in chat. We will. We'll continue. I'll continue to read them out loud. Your favorite movies or your favorite worst bonuses you've gotten for the holidays while mixing in questions. Fred from Ghana. Good to see you, Fred. On when someone study for technical interview instead of preferred real experience, are they not being authentic?
Two different things.
Yeah.
No, I think you're okay.
Yeah. The authenticity part is about your personality, you being you in the interview. The technical skills are what you can do, right? And so that's a category difference.
There you go. Thank you. Ethan says, if I already have Hack the Box sub, do I have to get separate Let's Defend? I don't know the answer to that, Ethan. Hack the Box did acquire Let's Defend recently, which is known. I can't answer this question, but I will tell you, typically when there's an acquisition of tech stacks, even, this platform aside, just speaking kind of objectively, typically it takes about a year for those tech stacks to integrate with each other. It's not like you go hang a new sign out front and all of a sudden everything's the same. So it's a good question. One that I can look into if you would like. Anita Sailors is sitting in the hospital waiting for the dad to get out of surgery, helping us pass time. All right. Hopefully it's pretty routine.
It's going well. Yeah.
Justin says, what's your favorite Thanksgiving Day movie? And why is it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Okay. I don't think of Thanksgiving. I actually would have thought Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was Christmas. If you put a gun to my head, but
No, that's a Thanksgiving movie.
I feel like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles has been lost to time.
I watch it every year.
Every year? Okay, so Daniel Lowry's all in on it.
That Grumpy Old Men, Son-in-Law is a Thanksgiving movie. Dutch is a John Hughes movie. So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a John Hughes flick, right?
Yep.
And Dutch is as well, and it's basically Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but with a dude and a kid.
Yeah, different dynamic. Yeah,
it's traveling across trying to get.
I don't know if Ed O'Neill doesn't like acting in movies and like movie production because it is a different animal. But Ed O'Neill is very good. I like Ed O'Neill as kind of a, I don't know, like Bob's Burgers kind of character where he's just like so matter of fact and like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
All right, Elf. Elf's a good one. So Kathy Chambers, her movies are Elf, which is great. We watch those every year too. Drake and Josh, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. Forgot about that. That's a little bit younger generation. The Grinch. Which Grinch though? There's like 9 of them now. I think the Jim Carrey one's pretty good.
I heard they're making a second one.
I'll probably get hate in the in chat, but I actually sit there and turn on the Hallmark shows and watch all those janky Hallmark movies.
Wow. So here we are, John.
And he's gone. Hey, goodbye, DJ.
Now the Hallmark
Just how bad
movies
they are.
are
You realize like every single one of those is filmed in Canada.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but they all seem to have the same exact storyline.
100%. It's the same storyline.
Yeah.
My wife and I sit there
just roll the
watching
dice
that
on
at
what
it.
the girl's name is. Is her name
It's-
Noelle?
She's gonna be she's gonna be from New York, have a high paying job that's going back to the little town that the guy that was the football guy that or whatever is now
he
a
owns a
lumberjack.
farm.
yeah. He has a Christmas farm that he's trying to save.
There
That's
is
it.
like
That's
a jerk boyfriend that comes to visit, and he's like,
Yep.
yeah. And then the football guy handles him, and then no, it's so funny. Hey, sound off in chat. I'm not throwing hate. If you like the Hallmark movies, I mean, there is a I don't want to call them a cult, but there is a loyal
Oh yeah.
Hallmark movie.
Well, and it's all the
my
same
wife-
actors too. It's all the same.
My
It's
wife
always
was
like that.
watching one yesterday, and I sit down and I watch it for a second, and it's these two girls. They got these hot chocolates, and they're in glass, like you can see the chocolate,
yeah.
right? So it's clear glass. It's not. I'm sure they're not made of Pyrex. So she picks it up and she puts her hand on it and goes, "Oh, it's so hot." And I go, her hand would be
Yeah.
scalding against the glass, like. I'm sorry. I'm ruining the suspension of disbelief for you, honey. I'm sorry. I'll leave the room now.
Some of them are so bad, like the snow. You can tell the snow is not real at the time.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's all fluffed cotton. It's
Jenny Housley has dropped a YouTube link in chat of every Hallmark movie ever. YouTube video. It looks like it's one of these like kind of dunking videos. Well, I'll
Yeah,
show
it
it
is.
in a minute. Good morning from Chile. Juan Pablo Dominguez coming in from South America today. Good to see you.
Great name. Just
so-
you sound like a character in a book or something, like Juan Pablo Dominguez.
I love it. I don't think you
you
understand.
killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah. You and I went to the same place. So best holiday gift I got was a bottle of something. I'm assuming liquor. Holiday bottles. My uncle owned a business, and he would do that. He would get like 40 or 50 bottles of wine, and you would have like your you could have like your name put on it, right? It's like white labeling wine, and he would give those out. So that's definitely an option.
I get wild Irish rose for everyone.
Monster Energy 4 Loco flavors or whatever.
Yeah. So just put a piece of tape with their name on it. There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I love it. Oh, wow. Space Tacos has got a movie marathon going on. Muppets Christmas, Home Alone 1 and 2, Guardians, Scrooged. I love
It's good.
I am a huge fan of all the YouTube videos that are like doing analysis on Home Alone and like whether Kevin was like a psychopath and why his parents should lose custody of him for leaving him a second time, like how his parents are actually degenerates. Like they
didn't lose him the second time. Remember, they were in the airport.
He lost himself.
And he lost them. He chased the guy that had the same jacket as his dad did.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of him Macaulay Culkin actually talking about him watching it with his kids now?
No.
It's pretty funny. He's talking. I guess his kids are younger, like 3 and 4, or something like that, and he's talking about it. And they showed. I guess he was at his mom's house, and his kids saw a picture of him younger, and they said, "Man, Dad, you really look like that Kevin kid." And he was like, "They don't realize that he is that he was the one that was playing that." It's kind of funny. He said he watches all his movies with them right now, and it's cool right now because they don't realize that it's him. So
he was on an episode of or maybe 2 of the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah.
Very epic, good stuff, very funny.
Yeah, he's kind of. I mean, is he like kind of? I hate to say normal, but like he was kind of like Corey Feldman, kind of strange there for a minute.
Yeah,
he had his rough patch.
Yeah.
Child actors, man, they get
so
run through the
that's
ringer.
funny you brought that up. That's what I was going to say is I saw that about Macaulay Culkin, and then yesterday before we left to go to my parents for Thanksgiving, I had it on the ID channel, and it was child actors, and it was talking about how bad they are and what they end up, like when they start out like 4 or 5 years old, and they had one child actor on there. It was like his whole face was tattooed. He was complete, like, does nothing now.
Yeah, it's messed up. I mean, look at Britney Spears is another amazing example of just
Amanda Bynes. That's all you got to do is show
Yeah.
somebody Amanda Bynes. And then
Yeah.
there you go.
I'll look into it. All right. Sarwan Gupta says, what resources do you suggest for someone looking to grow into GRC? I've worked on updating and aligning IT policy with NIST, ISO 27001, and handling a lot of security exceptions in 4 years. I mean, that's great. You're right there. You are building the GRC portfolio as far as I can tell. I guess what resources would I suggest? I mean, technically you're doing it. I mean, if you want CIS 18 so you can understand frameworks, NIST cybersecurity framework, I think the next thing you'd want to do is start understanding how a cybersecurity program looks holistically and how you build into it. So you can start managing risk and kind of, basically enabling the business to be mindful of like their resource allocation, like money, people, time, on executing and leveling up their cyber program. So instead of being transactional, like updating a policy or something like that, which is great, keep doing that, but start thinking more macro level and strategic on how to roll out a risk management program. DJ Bisek, you got something?
No, that sounds exactly like what I was going to say, is rolling something out, like starting from the top. Hey, think of it as building your own program if you're going to start from the top and build it down. Because that right now sounds like what you're doing is maybe helping with everything, and then now what you need to do is go into the point of, hey, this is, if I was a consultant, this is how I'm going to build it out for a company, and that's how you're going to grow in that level.
I like it. Kathy Chambers is in the Hallmark crew. We might have a subculture here in the Simply Cyber community. Dream Logic is also on board. So, DJ,
I knew I like Kathy for a reason.
Yeah, and Dream Logic, you found your people. How do you handle working with someone who didn't give you credit after working together to create a new process for handling emails or handling anything? Wrote an entire SOP, and the individual took all credit for it. All right.
That is called working.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, first of all, I would just chalk it off as that's the cost of figuring out that this person's an a-hole, right? First of all.
So I had this happen to me, and this is what I did moving forward. Everything that I put together had my watermark on it. So anything that I put out, whether it was in a company or somewhere, my watermark was on there. So somebody could not take what I had and go flip it over and saying, hey, this is what I did. Because if you go hand out what I just gave you, guess what? Guess whose name's on there? Mine.
Yep. There you go. That's one way to do it for sure, is, make it. And then also be, I don't be rude to this person, but I wouldn't help them beyond what you have to do. You know what I mean? Like, hey, because obviously they're relying on you to do their work, right? So they could be like, hey, Lazaro, like, what do you say we get cracking on this detection? You're like, yeah, get cracking on it. Like,
I'll help you once you do 40%, 50% of the work.
Yeah. Or, I mean,
there's what you need help with.
There's a lot of like Game of Thrones political ways to do it too. Like, in the meeting, they're like, oh, hey, I'm going to need you 2 guys to work on X. And you can be like, yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I'll do this, you do that. Or like, like kind of make it clear who's responsible for what. And then, it depends too. I mean, if they're your boss, like, it is what it is. I mean,
you can still tag your name on it.
Yeah, I've always tried to, I've been fortunate because sometimes there will be people that will exploit you, but I personally have tried to make my boss look great as I've been through my career, because typically if I can make my boss look good, they're going to want me more because I'm delivering value to them personally. And then when they get promoted, I'm one step away from them now, and they don't like that because they like having me help. So they'll pull me up, which allows me to get promoted, make more money and stuff like that. So it's
also a mindset though. Like, if you can't see it as you're doing all the work and getting none of the credit. If you're seeing it like that, then you probably don't need to be in that position. Move to somewhere that you feel more comfortable, or that you feel that you're actually getting the acknowledgement that you think you need.
Cole07 says he appreciates our answers. So thank you, DJ Bisek and Daniel Lowry. He's going to get me a Nas-Ilmatic flag for the studio. Oh, looks like we're all full up here on space for flags. So I don't know if the Nas-Ilmatic's going to make it. And for those who don't know, I think Nas is a completely overrated rapper. Legrot wants to know what city you're in, Keith Sloan. So if you're comfortable sharing that, go for it. Hawkeye is a Christmas series. Jenny, hold on. Why is it not showing? Hawkeye, I don't know if this is like, was there like an offshoot Avengers movie for Hawkeye?
I think there was.
Or TV series? Okay, so worth checking out. I don't know. The MCU kind of like overplayed their hand. Let's see. Continuing to look through chat right now. Good to see Fleetus posting the third is in chat here. Good to see him, Fleetus, as always. Post Malone, dude, what a talented guy, huh? He's like big rapper, and then now he's like a big country star, etc. Daniel, you got to go. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what you saw, the ticky tappy.
Yeah.
Daniel,
So, Daniel, why don't you tell us what's going on? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Where am I going? Well, I'm just going to do this little thing we like doing Friday mornings at 10 a.m. It's called Cybercast IRL, where you'll hear that voice come out of me, especially at the end of the show. We've started doing Tech Necks in the last 10, 15 minutes of the show, which is a lot of fun, where I turn into the biggest redneck technophile. And we do some news story or whatever, and I just go full on trucker hat, bib overalls, skull in the mouth, and just have fun ripping on some news story or something like that as the word.
Dude, I'm telling you, you have an opportunity there. If you could like get a look for it, you could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Mad Hat with the thing, or like Larry the Cable Guy. Like there's an opportunity there for Daniel, or you can't even call him Daniel Lowry. It
no, 2026 might be. I've been thinking a lot about this, that where I start a new channel called Tech Neck.
Yeah.
And I have, the whole thing kind of going on.
Is this in the front, party in the back?
Yeah. Maybe that's to be good. I could get a mullet, like,
dude.
A skullet. I need a skullet. I need to get like a where I don't have hair at the top, but I got a mullet hanging down, right? Like the ape drape, just cascading down my back.
Yeah, like Bush Light and Natty Light are your sponsors.
Yeah. That's gonna be what's up, So we should talk about that, Jerry. It'll be a lot of fun.
I like it. All right. Well, we'll come catch you at Cybercast IRL. If you like Daniel Lowry and getting your AMAs and just kind of easing into this holiday weekend, Daniel Lowry will be doing more of this in just a minute. So thank you, Daniel. We'll see you, and we'll see you over there.
See you then.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let's get him off stage. There we go. Now it's me.
Not me. There you go.
It's me and DJ BSEC. Now, Marcus Kyler is very upset about my Nas hate. I'm not saying he's just overrated. I'm not saying he's not okay. He's all right. He's just not good.
He's okay. He's just not good. That's like a catch-22 there.
Not a question, but thank you for the input. Appreciate it. Taking it as a learning lesson and taking to heart what BSEC suggested. There you go. There you go, BSEC, making moves. All right. What's the best way to build knowledge in an API and middleware governance? Are there any Simply Cyber courses you recommend? So there is, let me see what courses we have at the Academy. I wouldn't say it's around API governance, but Tyler Ramsby has a course on hacking AWS, which I suspect would have API related content in it. That's probably the only one. Introduction to AWS Pen Testing with Tyler Ramsby. As far as looking at and learning about APIs and middleware governance and stuff like that, I mean, there's tons of API calls and things you can hook into. I would open like you could capture network traffic and see what the data is that's flowing between them. You could stand up like Burp Suite and like capture like the replies from the web server and stuff like that, and actually look at those things. DJ BSEC, you got any is there any like API?
That's what I was just looking at. I mean, a lot of the stuff that
I feel
when
like
I'm talking about APIs or doing, it's more along the lines of what's open to the API. Trying to figure out what data are you allowing out of the API? What data are you allowing to come into it?
I think
I don't know if there's any. Are there any certs for this? I don't even think there's.
I don't think so either. This
I
is
was trying to look and see if there's something for NIST, like an actual API governance and.
my understanding is, and again, this isn't a sponsor post. This is just the deal. Hacking APIs, the No Starch Press book is supposed to be pretty good. I've heard. I haven't read it myself. They are running a Black Friday deal with 42% off the book right now, so that's a very good deal. But as far as I know, if I like right now, like put it this way, say that my boss came to me and he's like, Jerry, I know it's the holidays and this sucks, but I need somebody who is smart on API security. Can you do it? I would buy this book and go through it this weekend. You know what I mean? Like if it was like one of those urgent things that needed to be done, that's what I would do. Final thoughts on this one, DJ?
I mean, basically, for API governance, it's whatever you're going to put inside your governance documentation, the company. Like, what are you going to allow in and out, type of thing.
Yeah.
How are you going to lock stuff down?
Yeah, and I mean, again, I don't think you would really see this in like an API governance document. It would be more filtered throughout other things. Like you'd probably have like, say, an access control policy or something like that. So then how are the API, like the APIs and how you interface with them would have to conform to the access policy, not an API governance policy. If not Nas, then who? Well, I mean, I think Eminem is.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
I think Eminem's incredibly talented. I mean, Jay-Z's personal life, I don't want to get into that, but I mean, I think he's pretty good. I think RZA is an incredible producer. Dre is a very good producer.
Yeah, he went from being an incredible rapper to mainly producing everything.
I know the catalog is not large because they died young, but Biggie and Tupac are.
I was gonna say Biggie and Tupac that's where it was at.
As far as I'm concerned, Biggie and Tupac are like 1 and 1A. Like they are exceptional. Andre 3000. Say what
I don't
you
know.
want.
Like Biggie and Tupac, you can still put that on and everybody knows what's going on. And that was 30 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
dude, Pac died at 26.
Yeah.
Like if you can think about that. So, yeah, that's what I think on that. So, I mean, I guess you could put him in the top 10, Nas, but he's definitely not cracking top 5.
That to me, that like Biggie, Tupac, that whole era right there was rap, was hip hop, and then like all the mumble crap now, I'm like, what the hell is this stuff?
Yeah, I don't get that either. Emo rap. AppSec University, Fred on is sharing, I guess maybe around API learning. Fleetus shared map AI use cases, risk tiers, and business alignment. Oh, this is around AI governance. AI governance is so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Just so people know.
Oh yeah, because everybody's trying to shove it into everything.
I know. Did you see that story I lost a friggin' mind about? First story of the day. It was about how a Democrat legislator is introducing a bill to make like the penalties for using AI and fraud to get 30 years in prison.
Yeah.
What? I don't think you understand how pervasive AI is.
I was going to say, what are you going to like put everybody in prison? Everybody's using it. Like,
yeah,
it's everywhere.
So if you're just joining us, this is Jaw Jacking. We are just answering your questions, having a good laugh. This is community. This is Simply Cyber. DJ Bisek has, I don't know, what do you think? 25 years of experience, professional?
Yeah, I started when I was 18, so that's more than 25 years.
Oh boy. Okay, so 25 years of experience. I have 20 plus years of experience. And yeah, just a couple old graybeards trying to help people out.
Phil Stafford. Old guys don't get the music of the Utes.
I know, exactly.
My son he'll come drive it in and he'll have something on. I'm like, hey, you want your sound system to sound real good? Put this on. It's like, what is this? Like, that's Biggie, man. Oh
my God. Yeah. I guess Snoop Dogg was in Fortnite. So then my kid's like, have you heard of Snoop? And I'm like,
no, who is that? Tell me more.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, the biggest tell. He's like, have you heard of Snoop? I'm like, yes. And he's like, I was like, what about Dre? And he's like, who's that? I'm like, oh my God, bro. And then like Eminem was in Fortnite too. And I guess Rap God was like this big song, and I'm like, dude, Eminem's early stuff. Like, what do we like? Again, I've officially became
Throwbacks.
old, where I'm like, you don't understand how it used to be.
Yeah. That's like, what was it? Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago when Snoop and Dre came out and Eminem came out at the Super Bowl? And just like everybody was ready for that one. Our generation was like, yes, this is gonna be the greatest Super Bowl halftime ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that was good. That was really good. I had a like a nightmare last night. It wasn't. It was like a blend nightmare dream. It wasn't like super scary, but like I was on stream and I had done something and it pissed off like a kind of a gang member rapper. I can't remember who it was. It was like somebody like second tier, like Ja Rule or something. I can't remember who it was.
Right.
But like they came to me with like their crew and like they were like, you're doing like crip walking on stream, and like that's an affront to me, and like you were. So I had to make like
I just read that
apology like on stream that I was not trying to crip walk. Like,
Live Beach said that just a minute ago when you said, "Do you know who Snoop is?" And he said, "What?" You say, "Yeah," as you crip walk through the house.
yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny. 8 Mile is very good.
That's a great movie.
Very good. Escol07 says, if I get all the way to the offer letter, what is an appropriate amount for a sign-on bonus? Okay. So there's a lot of dependencies there, right? Like, so say the job pays 40 grand, asking for a $10,000 sign-on bonus might seem excessive. But
Give me a quarter of the year of sign-on bonus.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a percentage. I mean, in the past, I've gotten 10,000. Well, in the past, like normal jobs, I've gotten $10,000 sign-on, $5,000 sign-on. So, asking for those, could be fine. It depends on how you want to negotiate, I suppose.
Depends on the job. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I guess I would say an appropriate amount would be no more than 10%, no more. Like 5%, probably okay. 10%, you're starting to get into the territory where they're just going to say no. Anything
or depending on what the company is, stock options or something along those lines.
I mean, yeah, or work from home once a week, or 4-10 kind of shift, take your Fridays off or something like that. Non-compensation related. Oh my God, Marcus Kyler. The parents who would punish you for listening to Snoop's album. I'll just leave it at that. Calvin Broadus has one of the craziest arcs of all time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's actually like the United States mascot for the Olympics. Think about that.
Oh, yeah, Snoop. That's, that came because of when he was talking about the horse crip walking. Like, that became such a funny meme. I was going to say, I keep seeing every now and again, I see something come across on Instagram or TikTok or something where it's talking about how parents these days are screaming at their kids for listening to this music, but yet back in our day, we were listening to like 2 Live Crew playing in the background. Like, what are we doing?
NWA and whatnot. Yeah. we were around when the explicit lyric came out, like Martha Bush, right? Wasn't it Martha Bush that was pushing for that?
Barbara Bush
or Barbara? Who's Martha?
Yeah.
Is Martha?
That's Martha Washington. We weren't that old.
Oh my God! What a fool. Okay, yes, Barbara Bush, Martha. Oh my God. Hold on.
Was it her that was pushing, or was that Reagan that was pushing? Because it was late 80s, early.
No, Reagan was like drug war on drugs.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was the Chicken Club and what was all the other stupid things.
And let's see here.
Tipper Gore. They're saying Tipper Gore was the one that pushed that. Maybe that could be true. That could be more like, because it was 90. That would have been 92.
I'm trying to see here. Yeah, I don't know. 92. No, 92 was too late because like I remember it was I think
no man, because that's high school. That's when high school. That's like
NWA and Eazy-E were the first ones with the explicit lyric.
Oh,
that's
God,
like
you're gonna pull an Eazy-E. Yeah,
explicit lyric. They're the ones who got it. The first one, I believe.
Now we're going down a rabbit hole trying to figure out who.
Yeah, sorry for those who are in chat and you're like, Jesus, what are we doing here? Two Live Crews, banned in the USA, 1990, was the first album to receive the parental advisory explicit.
Yeah, they're right. It was Tipper Gore, co-founder of PMRC. Gore championed the cause of informing parents of the contents of music, which then moved over to video games.
Yes, 100%. And just actually to get a little more into this, NWA, I thought it was NWA. Their Straight Outta Compton album had an explicit sticker on it, but it wasn't a standardized format yet in the industry. So Straight Outta Compton was the first one. Dude, if you want to hear some like just absolutely vulgar, like what? Like, wow, it's bad. You know, go ahead.
I put that on every now and again when I'm driving the car with my kids. I'll put it on just to get the looks from them, like, what the hell are we listening to?
Yeah. I have never seen the Straight Outta Compton movie. I will tell you this though, and I'd love people's thoughts. Like, listen, I grew up in like suburbia, right? Like, I mean, I listened to all this music, but I did not live in a very tough neighborhood. I didn't live in an inner city. I certainly didn't live in Compton. But I will tell you, I remember growing up in, I think it was like 92, 93 when Boys in the Hood came out. That movie to me is pretty much a docudrama of like what was actually really happening in Compton at that time with the way that people's
Isn't that the one where like the movie starts out with the football and the dude pulls a gun right out of it?
Yeah. And the one guy that's the one with Ice Cube where he's like the brother and the guy has the football scholarship potential and all that.
It was a great movie. I think I was like 12 when I watched it.
Is Cuba Gooding Jr. in that too? Is he got that?
Yes, he is. Now I'm gonna go look up this movie. Yeah, I'm like, hey, I want to go watch Boys in the Hood.
The guy who played Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, was his dad, right? Like, anyways, to me, I thought that was a very accurate portrayal. If anyone in chat knows if that movie was not accurate, let me know. But
it wasn't Cuba Gooding Jr. He was the one that was actually had the scholarship, I think.
No, it was Ice Cube's brother. Because he was the football player, because he's the one at the beginning of his football got stolen. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s story arc is about him and the woman who was in the Martin TV show.
Oh, that's
trying to hook up the whole time, and he's trying to be all suave. And then Lawrence Fishburne is like the stoic dad who's given life lessons and whatever. You know what? I did not have early 90s hardcore West Coast rap history on my bingo card this morning. Oh, Space Tacos grew up in Compton. So Space Tacos, who is fairly around our age, I'd be curious, Space Tacos, how you feel about.
Because you didn't watch it. She refused to watch it.
Well, she didn't watch Straight Outta Compton, the movie, but Boys in the Hood, she has seen that. Reagan was war on drugs. Clinton was 3 strikes and crime bill. Yeah. All right. Hey, Wiz Khalifa getting some love. All right, guys. Yeah. Oh, wow. So this is interesting. It's 9:58. We are going to be wrapping here in a minute, guys. Thank you. I know we're trying to help everybody level up as cyber pros, but this stream, this AMA, this almost felt like holiday vibes where you kind of just chilling and having a fun chat with friends. So thanks for making it that way. BSEC, thanks for showing up. Anything you want to share, promote? You doing any streams? So DJ BSEC streams on Twitch periodically, or used to.
It's been a while since I've done that. I do have everything sitting back here. Like I told everybody yesterday, I wiped OBS and restarted it. So I probably do need to sit down and get this set back up if I'm going to do Advent of Cyber. To have some fun with that. But nothing big. I'll be around, just hanging out through the end of the year.
All right, there you go. Hanging out till the end of the year. The Cybercast IRL is in here. Let me see really quick to share the screen with you. This is where we're going to go. Daniel Lowry, the guy who was just here, Tech Neck, he's going to be coming in and doing his thing. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're going to get your shopping done, get your shopping done. I'm trying to share this and it's just hanging like a not a Giga Chad, I guess. Maybe that's the wrong way to use it.
Good morning.
I can't share it with you. So we'll go on over there. Guys, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful time. I'm Jerry. He's DJ BSEC. Until next time, stay secure. Let me do this really quick so we can wave goodbye to everybody. Stay secure, everybody. Cheers. Bye.